If you or a loved one has had thoughts of self-harm, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Suplex City Limits! Suplex City Limits! Suplex City Limits! Suplex City Limits! With your esteemed host, Jim Vicious!
Here's a basket full of various cheeses and nuts. I'm sorry.
And Tyler Fudge!
Or you're gonna get these hands to rub the lotion on you. Sorry about the cancer.
Suplex City Limits!
Welcome. Thank you for downloading episode 213 of Suplex City Limits for May 11th, 2019. Roll that shit, light that blunt. It's your boy, the King of Bong Style, Jim Vicious, and you can call him Dirty, and then lift up your skirts. My co-host.
It's time to get dirty. No. I've already been accosted about my shit-tasting music once this week. I might as well not sing Christina Aguilera. My name's Tyler Fudge.
Yeah, dude, you're totally working the whole show heel when you start off singing some fucking shitty song. We're like, oh, it's going to be one of those weeks. Suplex City Limits available for listening where fine podcasts are found. You can follow me on the show Twitter at Suplex City Limit. Follow Tyler at The Federation. If you like this show, consider supporting it by picking up a t-shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. You can also donate via our PayPal, suplexcitylimits@gmail. Like deep in your snatch, Cody fucking Hatch. This new microphone, dude.
Yeah. You can use your voice in many different ways.
I hope I'm hitting everybody's fucking the G spot on their ear pussies right now.
Now we can really do an ASMR episode. Now we really can.
Yeah. So, donate, help offset all of the money I spent on equipment for something that doesn't make money.
Yeah, so we need about 25 years to sign up at like $5 a pop, and then we'll be fucking golden.
Sign up on our Patreon. Become a producer of the show. Get a shout out at the top like these bad motherfuckers. Joseph better than Festus. Justice. Caleb. You should see the size of his Morganfield. He's not balding. Christopher Spalding. C Money. B-Rad Brad. Our friends at the Smack It Down podcast. Check them out everywhere podcasts are found. They cover a lot of shit we don't. Who else we got here? Max's Garage. Infamous Chris Savage. Kick-Ass Keith Martin. The Rice-A-Roni, Jabroni, Tyloni, Insane Ian Jackson, Jumpin' Jeremy Foltz. And this week on my plain vanilla Martin Corns, I'm just going classic, man. Just a little bit of chocolate sauce and some nuts.
Oh, see, now you took... I was going to go with some caramel and some nuts.
I mean, you can get the same shit. That ain't
well, I mean, I don't want to get no fudge because, I'm not fudge as it is, right? But you get me some caramel, bitch, I'm all up in that caramel. I'll be all up in them guts if you put caramel in it.
Not to expose your shit, but I knew you, and I think you already joined this show. And I thought that was a fucking work name.
Nope. I don't think this is the first time we've talked about this.
I was like... Certainly these guys are not literally the Fudge Brothers.
Oh, no, we are. It's real to the point where I think that a lot of people just don't believe it anyways and just think we're just really working the gimmick, but
because you really should have a fake name for this shit like I do.
Too late now.
Yeah. Then you can do the Hulk Hogan defense. So that's my plan. Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan, two different people.
Yeah.
For our inevitable lawsuit. That'll happen.
I didn't think about that when I started, sir.
I'll take the brunt of it. This week on the show, we'll be looking back at some New Japan. We got a top 3, tons of news, a lot of AEW news. So Haters beware. We got a Super Junior preview. A whole lot of shit. So let's get into it, as we do every week, with the top 3 after a word from this week's sponsor.
It's twice the mayhem with new WWF Tag Team Championship. Max the Rocker, Shawn Michaels, and Marty Jannetty get smashed and crushed with demolition. Hey, it's a double team. What a pressure on it. Oh, what a smash. It's time to run. And roll. Yeah. Look out, demolition. It's the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch. Hey, kids, somebody stands up to the top of that blaster. Oh, the thunder from down on top. The Bushwhackers win. Yeah. WWF Tag Team figures so close to the real thing, it's like being in the ring.
Suplex City Limits. Top 3.
Suplex City Limits top 3, our top 3 matches of the week. That one of those dudes you can kind of understand. The other guy is just like,
It's the funny thing about promos in the late 80s / early 90s in the WWF. Everybody just angrily yelled it because they were so hyped up on cocaine, I assume.
I don't know if you think those dudes did cocaine?
Who, Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers?
Yeah.
For sure. How do you go around licking random people's heads without having like some kind of pre-courage going on, you know?
It's fair. Those dudes were surprisingly old at the time. Like when you later on in life, you found out, you're like, holy fuck, those guys were like in their 40s back then.
Yeah. Yeah, like fuck, one of them can't even walk now.
One of them's like half a robot now.
Yeah. It's only fucking Luke that goes around does anything now. I think it's Luke. Luke is the... Yeah.
Don't even ask me. I don't know the difference. This week's top 3 is very Japanese-centric.
It's... there's one non-Japanese guy in there.
There you go. It's the 6-star Meltzer-rated podcast.
Yep,
I mean, we got to be Japan marks, right?
Of course, because I am a Japan mark.
Hey, man, when you know the best, you know the best. Take us through it, man.
Okay, so the first match would be Katsuhiro Okada taking on Sonata at, I think this was night 1 of the Wrestling Dontaku. Or was it Wrestling Don... What was this show called?
This was the headlining match after our other New Japan match.
Yeah, but that was...
Night Dos.
Okay, it's night 2, but it is Wrestling
The first
Dontaku.
night we talked about... Yeah, the first night we talked about
that, yes.
Yeah, last week.
That's right. But no, I really liked I really liked the match. I thought Sonata's new look is a little weird. He looks like a Final Fantasy character a bit. I always liked the punk rock Sonata, and now he's like Legend of Zelda Sonata.
A lot of those motherfuckers look like Final Fantasy characters. Like the first time I saw Tanahashi, I was like, oh, people actually do have that hairdo over there. You know?
Yeah.
You used to play those old Japanese games on like PS1, and you're like, do people have hair like this? Like dudes have hair like this?
This cannot be real. And then you look at Tanahashi, it's like, oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Japanese dudes with Carol Brady hair.
Yeah.
Carol Brady haircuts all over the fucking place, man.
And over in fucking America, we got fucking Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels with his fucking receding hairline. Good God.
Mullets. Yeah, this is really good. I like the story that Sonata cannot get it done. But he's lost to him like 6 times. Yes,
but he's making these matches go longer and longer each time now. You know what I mean? He's getting closer to beating Okada. And it's really telling a good story about Sonata becoming a main event player. And I guess the change in looks personifies that as well.
Dude, it's so simple. It's not rocket science, dude. This guy cannot beat this dude repeatedly, but he's making the matches longer. That's all you need. Will he someday beat him? I don't know, but I'll be watching it and stoked about it.
I will watch the next Sonata-Okada match because, and each one of these matches are so good because Sonata's such a good worker. Okada's Okada. You can't, there's not a bad thing you can say about Okada. Okada threw the first pitch in a Japanese baseball game in his gear. He did the Rainmaker pose before he did it. Come on. Okada's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you just, like WWE would never even comprehend telling a story like that.
No, they wouldn't because they think everybody's too stupid. I believe that's my whole thoughts on it.
But Dude, good announcing, proper shit, explaining shit. Did I know that Sonata's lost him fucking 6 times? No. Thank you,
I didn't know
Kevin
it was
Kelly.
that many times. No, I knew he had a couple
We
matches.
knew he
with
lost
him.
a lot.
Yeah, I knew he had a couple matches against Okada. I didn't know there was that many though. You know what I mean? Before going into this match. So yeah. Kevin Kelly's a beast on commentary.
Yeah, pretty much if Okada has a one-on-one match, it's going to be on the top 3, unless perhaps it's with Fat Fuck Foley. But even then,
it's a really good match.
what else we got here?
We got Ishii taking on Evil, who was the match before this match, or Okada and Sonata. So you got to push for both Sonata and Evil being singles competitors. They're kind of limbering above the tag team division right now, and I don't know if that's a good thing because there's such a highlight in that tag team division.
I think it's time. I think it's time to move on. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a big Evil guy, but
Yeah, no, I get that. Evil's got a great gimmick, and he needs something to click more in the ring. You know what I mean? Because there's no emotion on his face. Same thing as Sonata. He's got a little bit more development to do, but I mean he'll get there. I think because he's such a good wrestler.
yeah.
But who else is a good wrestler? Ishii. My fuck, does he have the greatest matches this year? Like, how many great Ishii matches have we had this year? He's like the MVP of this year so far.
And he's how old? You know?
And he was never even a New Japan guy. You know, he came, where did he come from? I think it was Wrestle One or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even know exactly, but it's a different company for a long time, yeah.
Yeah, and then he came over a few years ago, and there's just a mid-card for life guy. And then since their expansion to the U.S., Ishii's gotten so over with the North American crowd and the U.K. crowd. He's forever in the U.K. He's fucking huge. He's so
Certainly, I'm not the only person who wants a championship run with Ishii, am I?
Oh, I'd be down. I don't think we'd ever see it, but I'd be down so hard.
Fucking awesome.
Like Ishii beats his Chaos teammate Okada for the title. Oh, what a story.
I think that they underestimate, maybe they don't have their finger on the pulse of what's happening in America, but I think they underestimate how over dudes are. Like the fact that possibly the most over dude on their show is Suzuki in America.
Yeah, and you don't really see him in any kind of prominent role at all.
MSG was he in that Rumble? I don't even remember.
I think he was in that Rumble, yeah. But I mean, that whole...
No,
it wasn't, was it? Was he in the Rumble?
I'm knowing because I dropped my lighter and it went into a faraway place. That's it. Show's over, kids.
It's gone forever. Never to be
We'll
seen
be back
again.
next week. May you get all the dick.
And or lighters that you desire, remember.
Just out of range. 6-star Meltzer Rated Podcast.
Well, see, as you go get your lighter, our next match in the top 3 is a match from What was the show called? It was Dragon Gate's Dead or Alive, and it was Pac taking on Dragon Kid. Pac being the opened the Dream Gate Championship. I don't know if Jim is back yet, but I do have a question. Okay, I do have a question about the Open the Dream Gate Championship. Do you know the signification of the keys, like what that means?
I do not.
I don't either. Somebody that watches a lot of Dragon Gate, let us know the significance of the key that Dragon Kid is holding and why Pac has 2 more keys on his title. Like,
I don't know, but I like the idea of it being a fucking Dragon Ball thing where, like, if you collect a certain amount of keys, you get a fucking shot at the belt, or holding a certain amount of keys makes you, I don't know, I like the idea of it, whatever it means.
I do too, and I really would like to get into the Dragon Gate system a bit more, because more and more times I see these matches and they're so fucking good.
What they need is some English commentary so we can know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I agree. Did you know Pac and Dragon Kid used to be a tag team?
I did when you told me.
Oh, yeah, I did tell you, didn't I? God damn it, I ruined it, Jim. No, it used to be a tag team, Junction 3, when Pac was originally.
Oh, I'm glad you told me beforehand, because I wouldn't have known. I was like, this is...
Why don't you know? Yeah. Oh, but Pac is in another fucking world right now with the stuff he's doing.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up this information.
Pulling what information about the Open the Dream Gate Championship?
You open the Gate Championship. What does that even mean?
That's the name of the title.
Well, I know, but like you open it, what's inside? Is it a glory hole?
I don't know. but I feel like the key represents a dick, and the championship represents a pussy.
Here we go.
If you win, your dick opens up the pussy.
Wow. Every challenger gets a key to try and open the gate. If they fail to win the belt, the key gets put on the belt. I believe you can also lose to another person, this person says. So.
Oh, okay, so basically the amount of keys on the title is how many title defenses he's had.
The champion can make qualifications to get a key. Oh, so, okay. So, for example, Seaman did battle royals to determine his challengers at one point. That's fucking interesting.
It is. Dragon Gate's always seemed to be a little bit interesting to me, just because it's not your typical wrestling promotion in the way that it handles the championships.
Get some English commentary.
Yeah.
Like, what does it take, man? I mean, I know that people have done it overseas before. You know, like, you got to be able to find somebody there. If not, like, can't some asshole watch the feed and just splice it in? And I mean, we're recording this motherfucker on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways around it. Maybe I assume Dragon Gate's just not worrying about any kind of expansion. They don't really care if anybody from the U.S. watches, I guess.
That's how that commentary, I'm almost positive that commentary on that Mexico show, that OG Kevin Gill and whoever that other dude was, that was just an abortion. You remember that?
Yeah, they just did it.
They were actually like elsewhere fucking doing the commentary, I believe.
I mean, I can understand why they do. You got JR and what's his name, Josh Barnett. They used to do it in an access closet or something.
Yeah, right. It's not as good that way, but
it's not.
I don't know. If they're not, they got to try. AAA, same shit. We're gonna come and do a show at MSG. That I haven't really heard much about how the pre-sale went or how the first sales went, but
there's a reason.
Dude, you're not even trying.
No, no, I haven't heard anything about it. There's no wonder why nobody's bought tickets to it.
Yeah, it's like it's really, if you keep up with shit that's only in Japanese or Mexican Spanish. Tony Vasquez.
Tyler Fudge.
Tony Vasquez is picking up his phone right now to tweet me. I love our other Espanol speakers, of which there are a lot, actually.
There is, and to me, this got to be something said about wrestling fans in general, and why hasn't anybody really capitalized on the Hispanic star? You know what I mean? Was it Tony who was giving you shit about plancha? Yeah, plancha and plancha. Yeah.
Plancha.
Plancha. Man, sometimes I'm just so stoned and I try to talk so fast.
Like, I'm a white motherfucker, but you were like, white motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I am the definition of honky.
It's Canada, man. What do you expect? So, yeah, that's top three. I thought that Dragon Gate match was awesome. You know what else I liked?
What?
Did they play the anthem? Is that what that was? Some anthem?
Yes, they do.
Okay, that was kind of cool.
Pac has some weird antics he'll do during the Japanese anthem, but he didn't do it this time. And
I loved how... So they get into the ring, and the whole pre-match shit, the announcer's like... they're just whispering and shit. And it's like super quiet. Everyone's quiet. It's weird, man. It's awesome that it's like super silent, and then the match builds and the crowd gets into it, and like I fucking loved it.
Yeah, no, I really did too, and I really hope to see a lot more Dragon Gate in the future, because Dragon Gate and All Japan have really been something that I've liked watching lately. I don't know. You look at it, New Japan has the market cornered when it comes to fantastic Japanese wrestling. But at the same time, you look at these Dragon Gate promotions and the All Japan promotions, they're just good talent all around. You're still getting the same kind of work rate.
Yeah.
Like, look at Miyahara. Like, holy fuck.
A lot of those dudes don't really... because like you don't speak the language, so you have to really get to know somebody by watching a bunch of matches. But also, they have to have something to them.
Yes, they can't just be nothing.
Even if it's like a fucking rugged-looking dude in black trunks like Suzuki, at least he's got the fucking zany hair going on and shit.
Yeah. And then too, there was something about Shibata. Shibata was just a normal-looking dude in trunks, but he looked like he could fucking. He just looked like something mean and mad.
Masawa, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's this week's top 3, the extended cut.
Extended cut. Yep.
Extended cut, that one. That cuts on the house, kids.
There's a circumcision
Kevin Nash's
joke there
bones.
somewhere.
So, there you go. From there, let's move on to the week's news.
This week in the news, AEW and TV and pay-per-view, Big E opens up on Lars, and so much more. Over to you, Jim.
I'm Jim Vicious, and this is news to you. What's this Big E shit? I didn't hear about this.
Oh, you haven't heard about that? Somebody tweeted,
No, but I'm interested.
somebody tweeted at Big E, and it said, "Are you aware of this racist asshole you're going to have to work with?" And it's a Reddit link of all the screenshots of everything Lars has said on the forums.
Oh, yeah.
And Big E replies, "Many are aware. If true, he has to bear the albatross of being a bigot and working in a company that is now filled with minorities." I was like, oh shit, Big E, you...
Not only that, but a homophobe as well.
Yeah.
I think. Definitely a fucking racist.
Oh yeah, he's just an all-around shit human being. And then you can see, too, that Lars Sullivan issued an apology. I mean...
No,
words
thanks.
are words. Words are just words. That's all they are.
I'm sorry. Like, pass.
Yeah, you know, if sorry is meant anything really in this world, Ted Bundy could have gotten out of jail by saying he's sorry. So
I mean, it depends on the situation. But, like, saying racist shit online is fucking ridiculous, you know?
yeah, no, it is. It is. It might have been a couple of years ago, but it's still...
I don't really give a
It's
fuck.
not a good thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like,
Plus, he looks like the bouncer at a fucking skinhead, clubhouse or something.
yeah, he really does. He looks like he could definitely be a extra in that movie Green Room. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
It's about a punk rock band that goes and plays at this Nazi club, and they didn't know it was a Nazi club, and they open up with Nazi punks fuck off by Dead Kennedys.
Oh,
And,
great.
yeah, and then they proceed to... people try to murder him in this club, and they try to get out. This is basically the movie. It's a great
Sounds
fucking
pretty
movie.
fucking rad, actually.
It is. The kid from Star Trek, the one that died, got pinned between his car. Have you watched the new Star Trek movies?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know how to explain who this guy is. So, fuck you, Jim.
Yeah, Lars Sullivan. Piece of shit. You heard it here first.
Probably. I mean, people have been talking about how shitty Lars Sullivan is for months. We first talked about this months ago. Now it's come back again.
Yeah, I mean, he got up to the main roster, so evidently WWE, they're like,
So the last time that this came out, it was just before his main roster push, and he had a breakdown. Do you think that the breakdown had anything to do with this?
I have no idea.
And if it did, he's probably in for another breakdown again because it's getting worse.
I mean, I'm not going to shit on anyone's mental health, Like, when something becomes a mental health thing, it's like, you just got to let him go. But, yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I care way less when it's like a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, like, if the breakdown is because people found out you're a piece of shit, go ahead and have your breakdown. I don't give a shit. But
Right.
I wouldn't wish, just any kind of depression or anxiety on anybody, except for that.
Yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
you, Lars.
What else we got? Oh, dude, we're ahead of the curve on a few things this week.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what we're going to talk about. Two of our favorite people.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Oh, fair enough. No, let's go for it.
Anyway, we were ahead of the curve on the Von Erichs.
Oh, yes.
Last week we were sitting here like, why is nobody signing these guys?
Yes.
And they got signed by MLW, who makes a lot of super smart decisions.
They really have over the last few years. MJF, bringing Pentagon and Phoenix in full time, Shane Strickland. There's so many good workers that these guys sign, and without a doubt, the Von Erichs they're going to fit in well there, especially when you've got what's his name, Lance Anoa'i.
Right.
The good Anoa'i kid. He's there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the news. Even if this wasn't in the news because of Dark Side of the Ring, which is wildly popular, by the way.
Yeah.
it was a good decision, man. Any older fan, and even if you're a new fan, they tell you the story of the Von Erichs, and you're like, fuck.
That can't
you're
be
in,
true.
So yeah, I just thought it was interesting. We mentioned like somebody should be signing these guys, and then Court Bauer listened.
Yeah. Obviously, Court Bauer listens to the show.
Hey, Court.
Hey, Court. How's it going?
Just fucking joking. What was the? I was trying to remember what the other thing is, but
and Helico and Jack Evans. On the AEW, because we were somebody brought up on Twitter how we were talking about how AEW should sign Jack Evans and Helico, and then they did.
There was something else too, but I don't know. And Helico, Jack Evans, and also we might as well talk about. Oh my god, I'm fucking looking at other shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, those are great pickups though, man. I lost it. Who signed on as a coach? I'm fucking.
Oh, Jerry Lynn, brah. Fucking Jerry Lynn. Fucking
Mr.
Coach
JL.
Jerry. Mr. JL, yeah. That's fantastic. That's pretty dope that Jerry Lynn finally has a spot. Because weren't we talking about a couple weeks ago how like it's crazy how nobody's hired Jerry Lynn to be a coach or something like that?
Yeah. Well, some of the people they have as coaches and agents, he's going to be like a coach and an agent. So the title coach tells me that they're going to maybe try to have some kind of development. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if they're going to have some kind of development, but you need somebody to coach guys like MJF, Jungle Boy, all these young guys. You need somebody there that's had years of experience of doing this sport fantastically. And Jerry Lynn's nobody better. No, there's nobody better than Jerry Lynn to do that.
Yeah. And I think Jack Evans, we talked about we put him over for years on the show.
Yeah.
And Helico as well.
Evans. Yeah, as long as Angelico doesn't wear that shirt and make himself look like a motocross rider, I don't give a fuck.
I always think he looks like like an extra from Rad. He looks like a BMX rider.
Yeah, he looks like a can of Monster Energy drink.
And now, hailing from Hell Track.
I almost puked.
Why did you almost fucking puke?
I don't know. I've been drinking some orange juice, and then I burped, and it was a really acidic burp, and I thought I was going to puke for a second. So,
6-Star Podcast. Yeah. The other thing somebody had made us aware of that we were right on was how we were talking about the ass cream shit, and then a week later here they did the ass cream thing with the revival.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were talking about how fucking stupid that was when we were talking about the shaving the back. Like, this is that. And then the next week they do it. Like,
just go ahead and do it. They're just going to keep on embarrassing them every single week.
Joke's kind of on them because those guys did a great job with awful shit.
They did. And I think Bubba Ray even said it on Twitter. And he used the ass cream as an example because he was a part of that angle. And it's like, it's not, you can be given shit and you can still make it good. And the Revival did do that. They at least made it somewhat entertaining, just their reactions.
They didn't make it good, but they did a good job with what they had. I was as far as I would go.
That's what I meant to say, because like I wouldn't say the ass cream angle is a good angle, right? Yeah. But they at least made it entertaining, worthwhile.
Bad. And Helico, Jack Evans could be a tag team as well. Fucking awesome tag.
I assume that's what they are. Because you had the Young Bucks say that they're going to put a emphasis on tag teams, and you have best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, which I love what they're doing with Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. How they don't want to be on the Battle Royal, and how they're just dickheads, and everybody hates them.
Yeah,
and just they dress like Scott Hall, and it's fantastic.
If that's at least someone's going to focus on tag team wrestling because no one else is.
Nobody, and it's going to be nice to see a company that has a great tag team division. Like you got Cena and T-Hawk, and whoever the other OWE guy is. I can't wait to see the undercard OWE guys come over and just rip my mind apart. I can't wait.
Did you see there's like a GIF going around this week from there?
I think I did see it. This,
two dudes are outside and they like have a dude who's standing in their hands and they launch him up into the air. He does a one flip, or did he? I think he just did one. Either way, does a front flip and lands on a dude. Like, that shit looks crazy, man.
These guys are going to take cruiserweight wrestling to another level. I think AEW is onto something with those OWE guys. Because where do you take cruiserweight wrestling? Cruiserweight wrestling is essentially turned into heavyweight wrestling now.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I assume that these OWE guys could really make cruiserweight wrestling something different, just like the Mexicans did 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
100 years ago.
Well, I mean, in America.
Oh, yeah, in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
If you had to boil that down to a few, it'd be like Psychosis, Rey Mysterio, ECW 95.
Yeah. And it's one of the good things WCW did.
Yeah, it's crazy that Lucha Libre. I mean, I'm sure the other Lucha, obviously like Mil Mascaras worked back in the day and shit, but that was kind of the big breakthrough on it.
Yeah.
I've heard these. Is it OWE? OEW? God damn it.
OWE.
Thank you.
Oriental Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah. First off, I thought Oriental was like a slur.
I did too. But if they can say it, I'm fucking bringing it back, boys.
Oh yeah, because that's how it works, right? With other words.
Yeah, right. Right.
No, but people are saying
you can't have your company called Oriental if it's that bad of a word. I mean, Mike Tenay has engraved that word in my mind. Orient.
I was gonna say I was gonna correct you that ingrained, but I was like, engraved actually does work. So.
It kind of does, yeah.
No, it does. It does. That's a. We'll give it to you. Judges. Ding.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've heard it put that these guys are like kung fu wrestling, which I don't think it literally is, but then I was thinking, why wouldn't you do old kung fu movie fight scenes
right
with a ring? Like, if you're doing shit like that, like Ong Bak fucking fighting shit, like full on, like super fast kicks and punches, and like a kung fu movie in a ring would be fucking awesome.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did have Lucha Underground doing that in the background scenes in their shows, and that was one of my highlights of that. I loved that portion of Lucha Underground, which, by the way, seems like it's completely dead now. Hey,
fuck you. There's no one left.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, it has to be. Which is sad. They better put out the ending somehow, even if it's just like text. Put it out. Fuck, I want to know what happened. I don't know.
Those Lucha Underground comic books.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to read a comic book.
What you got fucking against comic books, bitch?
I'm nothing against comic books.
You'll take a text over comic books, you asshole.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to draw pictures.
Did you ever check out those Lucha Underground comic books that were between season, I believe, 1 and 2?
I read a text version of it, like people, like somebody's like, "Hey, this is what the comic books are about." Oh. I have nothing against comic books. It's just like something I never got into,
Jim. There's actually a company. Me and Travis bought it, and as we were watching the Dark Side of the Ring Moolah episode, he just whips out this comic book. He's like, "Tyler, I gotta show you this comic book I got," and it's called Love and Rockets. And it's there's a female wrestling trainer in there, and as you flip through the book, it just becomes the fabulous Moolah story. There's a little midget, which is Diamond Lil, right, that lives with Moolah. Then there was one of her trainees was a Pocahontas-looking girl, and that was one of the girls that were in her stable, and she would keep on stealing money from him and shit like that. I was like, holy fuck! I love it when comic books do that. Love it.
There you go. Yeah, the Moolah Dark Side of the Ring coming up this week. I guess if you want to talk about the Gino Hernandez one, we can do that here before I forget.
Yeah, I was. It really seems like it's Gino Hernandez died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I put a lot of that to rest.
Yeah, I think so too. And then the rumors about his father, they kind of put that to rest too, and how it wasn't actually Paul Bosch. His father died when he was young.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. That dude was out of his mind on coke. Like, he just stared out the window and shit with a gun.
Yeah, turn on the water so that nobody could hear him. It's like, dude.
Yeah, sounds like every fucking meth head I've ever met.
Well, yeah, it sounds like what's Ray Liotta from Goodfellas? Is it at the end where he just loses his fucking mind? Drug psychosis all over the place. But no, I thought it was a really good episode. And Gina Hernandez, he could have been something big.
Yeah. And his mom was a fox back in the black and white days.
You're fucking right, she was. It's like, have you seen Becky Lynch's mom back in the day?
No.
Oh, man. Big E was also on Twitter this week talking about what he would do to get a piece of Becky Lynch's mom.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't see the picture though.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. And I don't know that bitch's name offhand. The British chick who was, married to...
Oh, Jeannie Williams.
Is that her name? God damn, dude, what happened to you?
Oh, man, yeah. It's like, no wonder Austin left you.
When plastic surgery gets old, it looks fucking bad.
It does. Her and Missy Hyatt look like sisters.
Yeah.
Because that's another one. Missy Hyatt was so foxy back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she was.
Don't give me that, Jim. Don't give me that. You know, brother.
I'm not much for the I don't know, the blonde look.
Yeah, but like back in the day when you look at Missy Hyatt and all the women in wrestling, Missy Hyatt was a fox, except for Elizabeth.
I was gonna say inflammatory things when I watched that Macho Man Dark Side of the Ring. I was gonna tweet it out. I'm like, Elizabeth, not that hot.
Oh, hot, I fucking loved it.
Hot, but not like a fucking boner factory like everyone else is making her out to be.
I thought Elizabeth was hotter in WCW. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Maybe it's just because she wore more revealing shit, or you thought she was just hot.
I just thought she was hotter there. I don't know. She seemed a little bit thicker.
There she had more of a fucking older chick vibe, like the kind of chick you'd pick up at a bar.
Yeah, she fucks right.
And she's got a fucking ring on her finger and shit.
Yeah.
But she threw on her fucking little leather dress and she's fucking mad at her husband and she's having a night out.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, Elizabeth.
We love you.
Fantasies aside.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we did start off talking about Jeannie Williams and then made our way to Elizabeth. So, I mean, that tells you what we think of Jeannie Williams. If there was anything good she did in her career was she gave Stone Cold Steve Austin the name Stone Cold. That's it.
Oh, Ryan. Yeah. Thank you for your contributions to pro wrestling. Flip Gordon, El Desperado out from the Best of the Super Juniors.
Yes, Flip Gordon due to visa issues and El Desperado due to an injury. Have you seen the new mask that El Desperado's been sporting around?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you know how every time El Desperado has a match, he rips his mask up and bleeds, right? All the time. Well, now he just has part of his mask not there, and his hair sticks out and shit, and it's his eyes are there. And when he bleeds, man, he looks like a fucking mess. It looks so dope. But now he's injured, so.
That sucked. That sucks for Flip. He's kind of had a fucking shitty year.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, you'd think you'd have these visa issues figured out. But there is a wrestler named Dookie. I know, Dookie. This is one of the replacements. I've seen a couple gifs of him online, and he seems pretty good.
And he's doing flips,
Yeah. No, he's not shit. He's not Dookie, Hulk Hogan.
I've seen gifs of him, and he's flipping and stuff. So
par for the course, bro.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. What else you got?
Santana from LAX suffered a torn MCL at Impact's Code Red show over the weekend. That's a bad hit for those guys, especially that's their tag team champions right there.
Yeah, well, there you go. They put the belts on them, and now they're fucked, though.
Yeah, hopefully they got a bunch taped.
Yeah, right. They're a great tag team. It's unfortunate. I wish we could take all of the great tag teams from everywhere and put them somewhere together.
One place.
Yeah. If we could have Briscoes versus Revival, and LAX versus.
I'd even take the Usos and put them some because as a character, the Usos are great.
Yeah, they just re-signed long contracts to be fucking idiots with Uzi-Hot on TV.
Uzi-Hot.
I was saying LAX versus Young Bucks.
Yeah, That's just a given. Then you got Lucha Bros.
We're gonna get Lucha Bros Young Bucks coming up.
We are, and that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. It's a couple weeks away. I guess we talk about AEW. We talked about some of their signings. The TV deal is allegedly nearly done at TNT.
Yes. According to The Rap and Tony Maglio of The Rap, he says that the deal is virtually done with Turner and TNT, so they should announce it at MSG next Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, they're in their rollouts for all the new shows. Should be something.
Yeah, I mean, that was the place where everybody thought they would go because Turner's had such a history with wrestling, and Turner's always wanted to just stick at the Vince McMahon. Always.
And so, the announcement of these TV deals really did bring out some stupid as fuck comments from people.
Oh, of course.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, just like, AEW will fail. Yeah, AEW's going to fail if all they do is good matches. It's like, well, I mean, they tell stories everywhere else, so why not?
They have a half-hour show that is like packed full of stories on YouTube, even though I am not into being the Elite as much as I used to be.
No, I will say the Road to Double or Nothing episodes on Cody's channel are much more intriguing these days.
Yeah. Especially when they got a bunch of hot rods and bikinis.
Oh, Penelope Ford. Oh, my God, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's something about that girl. She is my favorite.
I couldn't tell. I don't know the other two chicks. I just knew Brandy and
Britt Baker. Britt Baker's the dentist. That's Adam Cole's little lady.
Is she the one in the one piece?
Britt Baker's the one with the brown hair. Penelope Ford, that's the one Joey Ryan's lady, or Joey Janela's lady. The blonde.
I don't think they're together anymore.
I don't know. They might not. They might not be. She's still his manager, though.
Yeah, that would suck. Anyway, TNT, that'll be cool. Tuesdays, allegedly 2 hours live.
Yep, not a fan of the name, though. Tuesday Night Dynamite.
I mean, it rhymes.
Yeah, it rhymes.
You think he found that in some, like, some old notepad of Dusty's? It just said, like, Tuesday Night Dynamite. Sounds like a Dusty idea.
It does. It really does. And as well for AEW, they announced that the streaming partner in the UK is charging $19 for the show. In the States, though, there was somebody released a graph of their cable company's breakdown, and they claim that they're charging $59 for Double or Nothing.
Really?
Yes, that's $5 more than Money in the Bank on pay-per-view. So, like, I don't know if that's true. That's just one cable company. But if that's true, they're really kicking themselves in the foot with that.
That's really... They're kicking their leg out from under their leg with that one.
In Canada, I know that they're doing Fight TV. You gotta, in an pay-per-view on Fight TV. But in America, they're doing traditional pay-per-view and some other streaming, but not Fight TV, which should be announced.
Fucking be, man. DAZN, ESPN Plus. Hope DAZN
maybe DAZN. That would be, maybe. Maybe
I don't subscribe to DAZN, but I probably would if
there's a month preview. There's a month free.
But now they're doing cheeky shit, man. Like ESPN put UFC on ESPN Plus, but you have to pay too. You have to subscribe to ESPN Plus to be able to order it. Yeah. Then you have to pay for it too. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. No, I don't like that. As far as I know, DAZN is a month fee. You don't pay for extra stuff on DAZN unless, like, there's different tiers of DAZN though. So
like
you would have to get whatever tier. Like, there's a tier that carries all the football games. There's a tier lower than that. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to get all the NFL games that DAZN has, you got to pay more money or something like that.
What the fuck? I didn't know they even had NFL games.
They got a little bit of everything, I believe. Throwing around all that Russian money.
Yeah, there you go. What else we got, man? I don't even know.
Let's see. Rhino was offered a WWE contract, doubled his salary, and he said no, thank you.
Yeah, because he wants to teach people and shit.
Yeah. Well, he just doesn't want to be doing nothing every week.
Yeah, I watched that interview. I thought it was a really good interview.
I didn't watch the interview so much. I seen the headline and ran with it. That's the last bit of news I got, though.
I watched a little bit of the interview anyway, but he's talking about how he wants to teach people. He wants to help people, mentor them, work, do shit. He's like, I want to fucking be on the road doing shit.
Yeah. And as he should, because Rhino, I was always a fan of Rhino. Always. Yeah.
Went to a house show here like 2 years ago, and Rhino was one of the most over dudes on the show.
Well, yeah, because you remember him from your childhood. You know, how do you forget Rhino?
Dude, he can still go too, man. He's still good in the ring and shit.
Of course, and he's
great for our tag team.
And he's so thick. You know what I mean? Like, he just looks like somebody. Him and Otis, can you imagine? Him and Otis as a tag team? Oh.
Imagine Otis and anybody else as a tag team.
Yes, I can imagine. It would be great.
Sorry, Tucky.
Steaks just ain't cutting them, boy. Them big ham hocks, just not enough.
Yeah. Also, Tony Storm and B. Priestley.
Yes.
Pulled, and peeled from a match in Stardom because WWE did not want their champion losing to an AEW talent.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you know where the logic will go with that? You do a draw, but no, sir.
But dude, we all know that WWE doesn't care about AEW at all.
Yeah, sure.
Because we've been on Twitter. I've seen it. Everyone's saying it on Twitter.
Yeah.
WWE doesn't give a shit about AEW, and they're not. They don't care at all. It's not going to do anything. Yet they're offering fucking, bottom of the barrel talent they don't use. Like, to offer people $500,000 a year to sit at home and do nothing.
Hey, Leo Rush, here's $600,000. He's like, I can't afford to live here on that.
Now they offered him $300,000.
He said he needed $6. Yes. Yeah.
He's gone. He's gone. No.
They've already stopped flying him in television. So like he's going to be gone. And like I read this thing too where somebody came out and they explained why Leo Rush is broke all the time. And it's like he flies first class everywhere. He flies his wife and family with him everywhere. He flies them into every TV in every town. Right? Like, this guy is a fucking imbecile. That's what he is.
Yeah, he did this thing like, don't whatever, just this, and I tweeted him back. I'm like, I replied to him like, don't tweet, just fuck off, dude.
Yeah, just leave, just go somewhere. Fuck.
I wouldn't sign that fucking guy.
No,
if somebody else signed him, I would be here like really questioning them. If AEW signed him or something, I'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, what are you doing? Give him like he's like another Teddy Hart, just not as disruptive. You know what I mean?
More awesome.
Well, yeah, like I'm. This is not a knock against Teddy Hart because I love Teddy Hart, but I mean, like, he was a shit back in the day, and he might still be today. I don't fucking know, but this was what it seems like. A guy he's too young to be given this position, and this it's a case for why WWE doesn't hire young guys and push them. Like you know what I mean? They haven't been doing that for years. They never really did that, except for like Brock Lesnar. And look what happened there. He fucked off. I think the only example where a young guy that really worked out was Tyler Bate. Really, he hasn't really shown to have many bad qualities. But
leave your fucking wife and kids at home, dude.
Yeah, and he would want the wife and kids to be in the locker room. Can you imagine being on the road every day and you're in this locker room? It's like, I gotta get ready for work, and you got some fucking stupid twat's kids just running around everywhere, and then like some asshole's wife just coming in looking at my shit. Like, fuck you.
No, his wife went into the women's locker room and is changing in there and shit.
Yeah, it's like the locker room is not for wives.
See, that's the thing, man. He's got this whole issue, like why he didn't want to carry people's shit, because he has his wife with him and he wants to act like a fucking big shot.
Right.
He has this weird, like, self-inflated fucking thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, sure, nobody wants to carry people's bags, but it's not even the carrying of bags. It was a cooler. It was the cooler for everybody's drinks, and the guy that has never done a European tour before carries the cooler, which every place that you go to work has some kind of variation of that. Like places where I've worked, if you're the new guy, you take the garbage out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just stupid shit like that.
Right.
You just do it so that the guys will like you and they trust you, and then they'll send it off to the next guy. And then you
Like,
don't
is
have to
it
do
dumb
that
as-
shit no more.
Yeah, is it dumb? Sure, but like everyone's done that shit
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah,
you've heard
and
about
in every
we talked
situation.
about Alistair Black like sweeping up and shit. Mm-hmm. Cleaning up the
Alistair
fucking
Black
locker
was
room.
doing that just to be a nice guy, as far as I can tell. He just likes to clean
I think
up
it
the
was
locker
that he
room.
would. That was when he first came up to the main roster. He was, he doing all that different shit.
But I don't think he was being asked to do that. Like, I think the point of that story was that like Alistair Black is just a really nice guy on the main roster. Just cleans up after
Oh no,
people.
right? He wasn't asked to, but I'm saying like he did that because he was new up there.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to fucking be respectful. And who cares if you to carry a cooler, dude? Like,
Right.
From like I'm a fat lazy shit, so I don't want to carry a cooler. But like you're in shape, you go work out and shit. Pick
Yeah.
up the fucking cooler, man.
Yeah, like, it's just a fucking cooler.
And what else you got to do? Sit at Gorilla and give the guys waters as they come back? Like, who's the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like you're getting paid to do this, motherfucker.
Yeah, that guy's a trash man. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's a trash man.
But yeah, that stems from. Yeah, they really don't care about AEW, right? That's why they're worried about the champion that they have on a show that barely anyone watches.
It's
losing a match in fucking
it's
Japan.
Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
It's an all-female Japanese promotion. Do you know the share of people around the world that watch that show? I would say it's much less than 1%.
Oh, yeah, and you imagine too, like, anyone's gonna give a fuck. Everyone's like, "Whoa, I don't take her seriously anymore." After
Toni
she lost
Storm
that.
lost to B. Priestley. Oh,
Yeah,
what a
she
loser.
lost to B. Priestley in Japan while I slept.
Yeah, and that's like saying B. Priestley's some kind of shitty wrestler. She's not. B. Priestley's really good.
Here's a chance to shout out our friends at Smack It Down. Evidently, they've got a new episode up breaking
yes.
down the factions and Stardom. And like, I don't know how
Yes.
you figured that shit out.
I don't know how they did either, but props on them. And I really liked that idea for a show. I thought it was great.
But yeah, I don't know. Takeover event. They announced a venue for it, Connecticut. Doesn't really matter to 99.9% of us where it is.
No, like I don't really care where you put your takeover show at all.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling podcasts will spend time talking about the XFL this week. We won't be doing that because who gives a fuck?
Nope, I don't like NFL. So
Yeah,
why? I
these are
don't even
wrestling-
like the CFL. And I'm from
This is a
Canada.
pro wrestling podcast, not a fucking football podcast.
Goddamn right.
So from here, I guess we could talk about other random bullshit. I wanted to talk about the this house show that our boy Grammer's on Twitter. Shout out to you. He went to this show in Belfast, which is in Ireland, by the way.
Thanks.
Northern Ireland.
Oh,
Let me
ooh,
clarify.
ooh, the dangerous part.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, all the movies I watched, they talk about Northern Ireland being dangerous. I actually watched a documentary about like this band from that went to Northern Ireland and they all got killed or something. It was on Netflix. It was pretty good.
What's with these fucking terrifying shows about bands getting fucking murdered and shit?
Right, right. I know. There was also this fucking one on Netflix too about this blues artist, African American blues artist from the 20s and 30s. How like he recorded like 30 songs and there's no footage of him anywhere, and he got poisoned on stage. He was supposed like every blues artist that came after him for an extended period of time used him as like one of their influences. I can't remember.
I know
his
what you're
name.
talking about, but again, marijuana. Oh,
Yeah.
hitting my boob.
Ooh, ha 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 ha. But no, that one was dope too. I watched that one the other day. I love any music documentary, especially if you put in a twist where somebody dies and they don't know who did it. Fuck yes.
Or you're, of course, like a band called Death is fucking great. If you haven't seen that, you should.
A band called Death.
Oh, goddamn. If you love music documentaries, you're going to fucking love
A
that.
band called what? Is that about that Norwegian death metal band?
It is not.
Okay.
It is about three brothers. It's basically about this vinyl that goes all around, and it's in vinyl collecting circles.
Oh, it's a punk
There's-
rock band called Death,
Yeah.
right? Yes, I
Yeah.
have seen that. That was done by I can even tell you who directed or produced that. It was Scott Mosier, the guy that did all Kevin Smith's movies. That's why I seen
right.
that. It's because I seen Scott Mosier was one of the guys a part of it. And that was a fucking dope ass fucking documentary.
That, and of course, you got the classic Anvil, the story of Anvil.
Oh yeah. I remember as a kid seeing that at the video stores all the time.
Fucking great, dude. But anyway, I want to talk about this show that he went to, this house show. Here's the card for this house show, okay? Apollo Crews defeated EC3. Mojo Rawley defeated Titus O'Neil. Beth Phoenix and Natalia defeat Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. Ricochet and Aleister Black beat the Revival.
Okay,
Finn Balor,
that's the first good match I've heard.
Finn Balor retains over Elias. Becky Lynch defeats Tamina Snuka and Lacey Evans in a triple threat. And Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman, who are two people who should never, ever be on a team, even if you tried with a story. They didn't even do that.
No.
At least if they'd had like maybe a thing backstage at some point where like they bury the hatchet or something. If you're gonna tag them up all the fucking time, you assholes.
Braun brings him just carries a car to him, just in his arms. Like, here's a peace offering, Roman. He drops down to fucking Mercedes Benz.
Here's a basket full of various cheeses and nuts. I'm sorry.
Sorry about the cancer.
You're gonna get this basket of fruits and lotions.
Or you're going to get these hands to rub the lotion on you.
Let me know if you want to get these hands to rub the lotion on your back. My God. They defeated Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. I would have been fucking angry if I went to this show.
Oh, yeah. No, that's just
this was
otherworldly.
Was this opposite Raw? No, they canceled the show opposite Raw. That's right.
They did cancel the show opposite Raw. And that's why there was a lot of people not on Raw or something like that, or that's why some SmackDown guys were on Raw because they didn't have that SmackDown show, and then they came up with this fucking wild card idea.
They canceled it because the sales were shit, and also because they wanted to do this shit where they bring people over to Raw because although ratings don't matter, they sure fucking seem like they did this week, didn't they?
Yeah, and really, the WWE are up from their record low last week, but they're only up a slight margin to where it's the second lowest non-holiday Raw of all time.
I was really hoping it would be the lowest.
I was hoping so too.
Please don't contribute to their ratings.
Yeah.
Did you see that they also stopped putting clips on YouTube?
Yes, except for one. And what clip would be the one that they actually put on YouTube? Oh, the Revival getting embarrassed. They made sure everybody see that. What a bunch of cunts, man.
But dude, ratings don't matter.
No, they don't.
I want to go to the house. Like, dude, oh my God, it enrages me when people say ratings don't matter. It does. If ratings didn't matter, Fox would give you $1 billion to have a show. You fucking idiot.
It's so true. I'm sure Fox has done that too at some point in time.
Fox doesn't give a shit about ratings. They just give away $1 billion for shows just
cause. Yeah.
Just for a goof.
Yeah. They sell all their property to Disney and give a large chunk of that margin to the WWE just because.
Yeah.
Sure.
This week, man, with that shit, I just can't fucking deal with it. So dumb. But yeah, what a terrible fucking house show, man.
Yeah, no, it's pretty lackluster, that's for sure. Like, there was one good match. Ricochet and Aleister Black against the Revival.
You don't see these people on TV. Let's go see WWE live.
Here's Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil, not on TV. Apollo Crews, not on TV.
EC3, barely on TV.
Not on. I'd say just not.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley hasn't been on TV in like a month, and he comes out with like blue shit painted on his face.
Yeah, looking like I can't remember what I used to call him.
Fucking low-rent glacier.
He is a low-rank glacier. Goddamn right he is.
Fucking Luna Vachon or something.
Yeah, Glacier is actually getting ready to debut on our timeline at Federation. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think we'll ever see him, though. I don't think he ever makes a pay-per-view, does he?
Ooh, I think he does.
Oh.
Let me go on record. You can bring it up there. I fucking love the Mortal Kombat ripoff characters and Angle. I loved Mortis versus Glacier and Wrath and all that shit. I was in.
I agree 100%. I thought it was pretty good. The big mistake they made with Glacier is debuting on the WCWC show after showing vignettes for like 8 months. He debuts on just the Sunday show, WCW Pro. That's it.
There you go.
Great.
So that's what's coming up next, or what? On the Federation? Might as well do that here.
Well, we got SummerSlam 96 is going to be coming out on Sunday. We've also got over on Patreon a Misawa Kobashi Chronicles, their April 19th, 1997 match. There's a teaser up on the feed, and you can listen to the full episode on Patreon. But then we'll be getting into probably one of the best WCW cards of all time, Fall Brawl 96. And it's just got so much great shit. It's got Benoit and Jericho, Ray and Super Calo. There's so many good matches on that show. I can't fucking wait.
There you go. Check that shit out. Everywhere podcasts are found, mofudge.com. If you like the show, you will like that one as well. On the pay-per-view Take 2 side of things, WrestleMania 11 is out. Finally.
In all of its glory. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that asked for it on Patreon?
No one for that one. That was just...
Oh. Fair enough.
It's a terrible show.
Just a terrible show.
That's on the Suplex City Limits network. Go back a couple episodes. It's there. Next, we are going to TNA Victory Road 2009, as requested on Patreon by ya boy JJ.
Yeah, you're in for something there. You're really in for something.
Yeah. Well, I know that fucking awful women's match is on the -5 stars. I know that's on there. That's all I know.
It's fucking
and
horrible.
Mick Foley, I think too.
Yeah, probably. It's 2009. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're gonna have fun with that one. I don't know how you'll rebook that female match though. I really don't. But hey, it's not my show.
Yeah. Well, Jared does most of the rebooking because he's a booker.
Fucking JJ.
I've heard rumblings that there may be a return next week of a feature SCL reporter. So we'll see. Somebody who sends us shit may be back next week with a segment.
Oh, so and I don't even know. Who is this guy? I wonder. Is it Jared's Hot Takes? Is it Cuddling with Coddle? Is it Bitching with Burbs? Who knows? Is it Stretching with Stu? Who knows?
Stretching with Stu. Yeah. Is it gift baskets with Braun? Maybe.
Yeah, you never know when it comes to this show. And
welcome to Baskets with Braun. I'm Braun.
This week we're going to wove an Easter basket. Make sure your hands are moistened up because the wicker will draw the moisture out of your skin, and you won't be able to give anybody your hands.
Exactly. Oh my God, Baskets with Braun. Oh my God. That's great.
Oh shit.
That is tremendous. So, what do we got? A Super Juniors preview here.
We do. But first, we've got a commercial.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we'll be right back for this Best of Super Juniors preview. Right after we're
podcast.
You WWF talking Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Seems like the same commercial as now.
Hulk the rules, brother. Not in my kingdom, Hogan. Feel the power of Hulkamania. You WWF talking wrestlers are big, eat says stick fighting phrases. Using the real voice of Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Listen. I am the Ultimate Warrior. I challenge you, Warrior. I accept the Ultimate Challenge. There'll be a fight battle like these guys are talking. You WWF talking wrestlers aren't big enough to be talking tough.
Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior. Gay doesn't work. He says homophobic things, racist things, all kinds of things.
Both of them do, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh my God. Two terrible human beings.
Yep. Very, very terrible human beings. So our Best of the Super Juniors preview for this week, we've got 4 shows, one for the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So, I mean...
Good Lord.
Do you want to watch every one of these matches? No.
Yeah, you have a breakdown, right, of the matches to watch?
I do. So on the 13th, which is the main show, because always the first show of the tournament is always one of the biggest, the first and the last. So this one has Skrull versus Jonathan Gresham, which it's going to be a great match. A rematch between Dragon Lee and Ishimori. And then also a match that they've been building up for weeks, months. Show from Roppongi 3K and Shingo Takagi. Every time these guys have met over the last few weeks, they have just beaten the shit out of each other. If you remember the Best of Super Juniors tournament from last year, Show was one of the highlights in just showing that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the next few years. So those three matches.
That's the match I'm looking forward to, man.
Show and Takagi, yeah.
Yeah, of all the matches in the whole thing, that's one of the top ones for me. I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. May 14th, we've got Bandito taking on El Phantasmo, and Ospreay taking on Bushi. I mean, I'm reaching here with the Ospreay Bushi match, but I mean, Bandito and El Phantasmo should be a good match because I do like El Phantasmo. I like the because he debuted this week as X on Wrestling Dontaku, and the little story they told between him and Will Ospreay I thought was really cool. So
yeah, I'm interested to see. This will be a good chance to finally, to see what this dude can do. So
yeah, exactly. The 15th we've got Teton taking on Shingo Takagi, which I'm just intrigued to see what those two can do together because Teton's really good. Skrull taking on Ishimori, which is going to be fantastic. And then Dragon Lee taking on Sho, which, come on. And then the 16th, it's kind of a sleeper show. The one match to probably see from that would be Will Ospreay and Rocky Romero.
That should be good, man.
Yep.
So that's what, the first 4 of how many nights? Like 8?
Oh, God, that's the first 4 of probably like 12 nights?
16?
12 nights, probably, yeah. It goes to the end of the month, I believe. Actually, it goes basically till New Japan Dominion. Because the winner of the Super Juniors always goes to face the junior champion in Dominion.
Yeah, Super Juniors is great. I can't fucking watch all of it, but, I like to catch the matchups I'm interested in and shit.
Yeah, maybe I'll input this text into the episode notes so that you can, if you didn't catch what I said, you can. That's the matches you should watch.
There it is. No, you'll go back. You'll hit rewind. You will get a piece of paper and a pencil. And you'll write them down.
Yeah, no, but there is something to be said. One of the blocks seemed to be so much better than the other. Because, like, May 13th, which is one block, you got Skrull, Gresham, Sho, Takagi, Dragon Lee, and Ishimori. The next night's just Bandito, El Phantasmo. The night after, you got Titan, Takagi, Ishimori, Skrull, Dragon Lee, and Sho. And then the next night's Will Ospreay and Rocco Romero. So, like, one of those blocks is obviously better than the other.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see, man. Super Juniors is always a good time, so. Looking forward to that shit. I don't know what else we got, man. Anything else?
Honestly, no, I don't think we do have anything else.
I mean, we could talk a little bit about what made Raw and SmackDown so terrible.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch Raw, but I did watch the main event of SmackDown.
Worst Raw ever? Question mark?
It could be. I mean, I didn't watch it, but the wild.
You don't need to watch it to know. No. You know the results. You know what happened.
The wild card bit seems to be a little. It's a reach, you know what I mean? You've got Fox and USA apparently begging them to end the brand split, and this is the WWE's answer to it, is like, we'll just take 3 guys from SmackDown, put them on Raw every week, and vice versa. And then
4 guys, or 5 guys,
or 5 guys. That's what I was going to say. Like, by the end of Monday night, it was 4 guys, and then by the time Saturday came or Tuesday came, there was 5. So take it what you will. This is just going to be no continuity whatsoever. I believe, what was it? Somebody had said something about how they lost their title to so-and-so, and it's completely not true. Like, it was a promo, and they were just telling me, I lost this title to this person. And it's like, obviously, the continuity writer is no longer working with this company.
There's like Kevin Owens trying to help Zayn win a match when he has a shot against Kofi coming up.
Yeah.
What?
I don't get it.
Oh, my God. Dude, this Raw... Okay, I just quickly go through the beats of this show. because like I feel like last week we didn't say anything. Oh, there's a problem with this new location.
What?
A new location. I'm very near a fridge.
I can barely hear it. Like, I know what you're talking about, but I can barely hear it, so it's no big deal.
6-star podcast. This open was terrible. It's 30 minutes long. 30.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon is terrible. It's terrible.
Well, he's trying to do the gimmick where I'm going to pretend I can't remember anything. I'm going to pretend to be senile on TV so people don't believe I'm senile in real life. Yeah.
He is senile in real life.
Of course he is. This company wouldn't be in the state it's in, everything other than money-wise, if he was.
They literally threw Sami Zayn in the trash.
And he comes out on two. They didn't even throw him in the trash, Jim. They threw him in the trash compactor where you should die. And what happens on Tuesday? He has a fucking title match. Really? What the fuck? This is so stupid. Just
don't do shit like that. To me, it's like they should not be doing shit like that.
No.
In Lucha Underground killed people. At least in Lucha Underground, when they killed people, they were fucking dead.
Yeah.
And if they came back, they did a ritual to bring them back at least.
Yeah.
With decency.
Exactly.
It shows
It was
bad.
fucking decency. They did a ritual.
Fucking decency to tell a story. Yeah. And dude, that's the end of that, dude. We were like, oh, Sami Zayn's been doing this cool promo, and then it was like, okay, this is way too long for this shit. He needs to have a match. Then he has a match and he loses, and I think it's over already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. And then they just put, put two guys who are at odds in a match, the Styles and Rollins on a team. The same shit they've always done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's I think it was Rollins or Styles that had the promo where they said the wrong person beat him for the title or something like that.
Lucha House Party beats Jobbers. Why?
Lucha House Party should be the Jobbers.
Oh, come on, no.
In what they use the Lucha House Party for, you're goddamn right.
Dude,
when you
have something against them? Because they want to have fun, dude?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with fun? They're just here to have a good time, dude. They like to have fun.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Not like, oh, fucking Grand Metalik is a badass fucking luchador. He could do all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
no, they just
when
like
he's on TV for 30 seconds a week.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see Luke Harper on? I seen a little GIF of it. Luke Harper on Up Up Down Down this week, and they were doing like a brand versus like Raw versus SmackDown on a video game, and Luke Harper walks in with his kid, and he's just like, "Am I booked on this show?" You son of a bitch.
No, because you're not on either of these shows.
Yeah, no, you're not booked.
Yeah.
By the way,
Ricochet defeats.
I bought a Dennis Stamp T-shirt this week. I can't wait.
Yes. Is it him on a trampoline? It fucking better be.
It is.
With baby weights in his hands.
Yes.
Dude. Oh my god. Do you have that anywhere? Remember when we were like, we were joking, obviously, but we were kind of shitting on him.
Oh, when I had the Dennis Stamp fucking...
And then he died days after the episode. So then you made like this really great tribute to him.
Yes.
Do you have that anywhere?
Don't know.
Well, you can get it again.
I gotta look and see.
I think this is a perfect opportunity to dust off your fucking Dennis Stamp tribute, man. That should be its own thing, really. It should be us, like the section of us talking shit about it and joking about him. Then the very next week, us be like, all right, we're sorry.
I don't know if I have it anymore, honestly.
We could capture it from 2 shows.
I don't even know what... I'd have to look and see when he died and then find that episode.
Yeah, that's all easy as pie.
Easy as pie.
What else you gotta do?
Holy fuck.
How's that going, by the way, man?
I haven't even looked. I just been fucking chilling out, bro.
Awesome.
Well, like, I paid a lot of money into RRSPs back in the day when I was working a lot. And so, like, I'm living off of that for a little while. I'm just having a break.
Yeah, fuck it, man. That's awesome. Ricochet defeats Robert Roode. Ricochet put his Money in the Bank ladder match spot on the line following last week's loss. This is their way of trying
Did
to
he lose?
explain why they beat him, and then the next week we're like, oh shit, we're going to put him in Money in the Bank. And this match was dead. No one gave a fuck, dude. No one cared at all.
No. I mean, and why would they? Really, though.
Lacey Evans defeats a jobber. Why? I don't know.
I mean, do what you will, I
Viking
guess.
Raiders defeat Ryder and Hawkins, the current champs. Hate that shit. So you beat them, then you get to take them on at the pay-per-view? Is that what's going to happen? They'll put those cold as fuck belts on the whatever the fuck Viking War Raiders, whatever they're called this week.
Yeah.
It's not War Raiders. What did I say? What is it?
It's Viking Raiders. Right?
So
Is it Viking
yeah,
Raiders?
it is. I think it's what it is. Yeah, it is. It is. Damn it,
I
though.
think.
Yeah, no, it's Viking Raiders. Yeah, I don't know. All of this show is like bad. Reigns defeats Drew McIntyre by DQ, and Shane McMahon and Elias attack Reigns. What is this story? What is happening?
It's garbage. That's what it is. Jim.
They're gonna fuck it up.
Of course.
Well, like, Reigns, he survived cancer. We're gonna cheer him for a little while, and dude, they're gonna they didn't learn nothing last time.
Yeah. No, they didn't. They didn't at all.
That's not what people cheer this fucking guy.
Jim,
You're not gonna cheer this guy when you just right back to giving this guy everything.
Jim, I'm going not to change subjects here, but I'm going through all of our different audio clips that we've had throughout the years. And I found Between the Sheets. Can you remember
What
that?
is that?
You remember that? That's the reading of the Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose Tumblr love story.
Oh, does it have the audio and shit?
I've got it here. Yeah.
The full thing. You should
full
play
thing.
that.
Okay.
Play that right now.
We should play that right now, and then next week we should do another. You should find another one. I think. So,
Dude, if you have that right here,
I got it loaded. I got it loaded.
The full
right
thing,
now.
huh?
I got it loaded right now. I can press one button, and I believe it will be the whole thing. So here we go.
Nice.
So weird.
Dean and Seth were two of WWE's powerful superstars. They debuted together as a triple threat with another superstar, Roman. They later separated, and from there they wrestled separately. Dean and Seth instantly clicked together as best friends. But not only were they best friends, they were more. Friends with benefits. Dean and Seth were most definitely straight. They just had a weird attraction to one another.
What
They
accent
made
did I
sure
use
they
here?
both gave one another love. Tons of it. Tonight was the night of WrestleMania, the biggest event in WWE history, watched in every single country, in all languages. Dean and Seth knew this was a big night. They had to face one another. They constantly told one another they couldn't wait to feel each other up and down the whole match. Ding, 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 goes the bell. Dean and Seth come out and fight with each other, loving it. All of it.
Loving it.
Seth won the match, his first WrestleMania moment, and he won. They both got backstage and went into the empty changing room to get changed. This locker room was at the end of the arena. Nobody goes in there, so they knew they were safe to do whatever they pleased. Seth slowly taking off Dean's clothes while licking his lips, and Dean doing the same to Seth. Once they were both naked and completely rock hard, they both had turns sucking one another off. They love that, and they always have. Oh yes, Dean baby, suck this big dick, Seth moaned. As Dean sure made his wish come true, sucking him off and almost making Seth ejaculate into his mouth. Dean then stopped, and Seth sucked off Dean aggressively. Dean always loved it hard and rough. While Seth's sucking, he looks up into Dean's eyes. He rubs his hands all over his rock-hard body. Then Seth stops and bends over. Slowly, Dean comes over and puts his rock-hard cock in his tight asshole. Seth screams in pleasure. Oh, fuck
graphic.
yes. Fuck me harder, Daddy. And Dean had no problem with making that wish come true as well. Dean pulls out and ejaculates on Seth's face, and Seth does the same to Dean. They licked it off each other's face, put their clothes on, and walked out of the locker room smiling.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm hard.
I don't know about you right now, but I'm fucking hard, dude. Oh, yeah.
Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Oh fuck!
Still playing? Oh,
No,
okay.
it's done. It's done. We need to revisit that sometime because I just about
Yeah.
fucking died watching it.
If you like that, you want us to bring it back. Where was it? I mean, that was a long time ago, but
That
we
was.
hit it. It was like a hidden track, kind of, because we're like, stay tuned at the end, because it was after the. Well, was it after the end? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was
where
hidden. It was hidden away, way at the end. Because I was like, I don't know, dude. We put that in the middle of the show. I don't know. It's pretty over the fucking top.
It is. It is. It's pretty wild. I will.
It's a perfect farewell to Dean Ambrose, dude. What perfect timing.
Come on his face, licking it off, baby. Yep.
God damn it.
Fuck.
There you go. Next week we should do the us burying Dennis Stamp, and then the Dennis Stamp us apologizing for it the next week.
I'll see if I can find it for sure.
Find it.
Oh.
Fucking great. Well, I don't know. We gave up on this show, just like they did.
No, I mean, fuck them, right?
How weird though, dude. 2 SmackDown guys had a match for the SmackDown belt on Raw as the main event. Like, why is that? Why do they think it matters when people go from one show? Like, oh man, we usually see him on Tuesdays, but it's Monday. Gives a fuck, dude.
Fuck.
Gives a fuck what day we see these people.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't think it matters either. But to some people, it must. So.
And that was Raw.
Yes, and that's the way it was.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I have anything else. We'll give some shout outs to some of our homies. THT Wrestling Podcast every Wednesday on Mixler. Also on Mixler Wednesdays. Get in the corner. Check those boys out. You nasty dog a baby. Shout outs to The Strap. Who else we got? Fucking really baked up. Shooting the Shiznit. Wrestling's High Marks. Comedy Suplex. I know I'm forgetting one of our other ones. Sap Pod. Inhuman Experience.
All kinds.
Yeah, a lot of ones. And check out Nuclear Heat Graphics. You can buy all kinds of pro wrestling and horror artwork. Get yourself some frames cheap on the low from Walmart like I did. Hang them on the wall. You've got art.
Low.
People come in your house like, I didn't know you had art. Fuck yeah, I got art.
Goddamn right, I got art. Got art everywhere, baby. Got art for you. Got art for everyone. Got art for days.
Oh, Jim Vicious, I didn't know you were an art collector. Well, now you know. It's the kind of shit I'm into.
Don't tell me what I like in my cereal.
Fuck. This show's stupid. But we thank you for listening to it this whole, 4.5 years.
Yeah, thank you. It's like we're ending it or something forever.
You have anything else before we roll?
I don't think so. I'm just feverishly looking to see if I can find this Dennis Stamp bit. But I can't.
Why? You're so busy. Like you're like doing it during the show.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
we'll-
that's technically what I'm doing right now. Yeah,
All we need to figure out is when he died.
March
then-
17th, 2017. March 13th, 2017. So I went and looked in my 2017 folder, and it's not there. So I don't know. I'll have to look.
Just recapture it. We should start doing that though. Yeah, man. I totally forgot about that. Like all of those things I forgot about. You're doing like 200 and some episodes of shows. Like, fuck, I forgot all kinds of funny shit we did back in the day.
Okay, here's one last one to send us off. Since we're talking about how shitty this show has turned out to be, here's another one of our greatest hits that I found.
Wow.
This is not the Dennis Stamp.
Due to the graphic nature of
What?
this program, listener discretion is advised.
I am Batman. Wow, dude, somebody should do that. Somebody make a Batman movie where Batman is like super gay. I'd love that. That would be great.
Batcave is the fucking asshole.
A Batcave. Let's take him back to the Batcave.
Oh, thanks, Robin.
That's it, Joker. You're going back to the Batcave.
Oh no! Oh, it's Paul Bear. Paul Bear makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah. I just want to I'm Batman. I love that. I love the idea of that. Like fucking Mrs. Vicious is like sleeping in the room.
Oh, cheers.
She probably woke up a little bit and like, here's me, whoa, like what the fuck, dude? Like, why do I even deal with this guy?
Is he beaten off? I've never heard him make that noise before.
That's a challenge, dude. Like, fucking next time you're fucking abroad and you come, fucking do an impression of Paul Bearer.
Yes. Oh. Oh, I'm too stoned for this. It's too early.
How long is that shit?
There's like 45 seconds left.
All right.
Hear me roar.
Holy shit. Let's move on. What do we can talk about some of these other shows?
That was in the middle of a show.
Ember Moon comes out and
All right, cut
I
this.
don't know. All I can think is like I just want to make an Oreo with Ember Moon and Naomi, dude. Seriously. I just want to be the cream filling in that Oreo. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn that down.
No.
But you know, yeah.
What the fuck? There you go.
I remember
All
I was
those
working on a
shows.
YouTube video for that for months and never finished it.
Oh, it sucks too. Like, I didn't even know that. Like the multi-talented Tyler Fudge. All this, and I mean, like these fucking cartoons of some of this shit. Like they're tremendous too. I was like, what the fuck?
I think I've gotten like, I don't know, most of it done, but I can't even remember.
You're good as fuck at that shit.
Good as fuck, bro. You're good as fuck. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
But yeah, that'll do it. All those episodes, man. 211 other 12 other episodes are all on our channel. Plus pay-per-view take 2, bunch of Ringside with Jim, the old Fully Loaded podcast, all kinds of shit. If you go to our Podbean, you can choose by show category, get all the episodes there. There's a ton of shit on this channel, man.
Yeah, there is. There's a metric fuck ton.
Yeah. I'd also like to take some of those old ones off there because they're fucking shitty. Like, who would why leave up episode 1 where it's terrible?
Well, like that's what I did with the
Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, can we do that? I gotta fucking do that. Fuck it. We don't
I
take
did it.
anything now. Yeah, it's a good call. But yeah, I think that'll do it.
Think that'll do it. Bad.
All right.
I mean,
As always, we thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week to fucking see what happens. AEW may be making an announcement on TV. Getting close to their pay-per-view.
yeah, it might be. We'll be previewing Money in the Bank, I'm sure. Money in the Bank is next weekend.
There you go. Better fucking come back for that. So, as always, until then, may you get all the dick and a pussy you desire. Remember, a winner is you, and be excellent to each other.